The mystery begins. Imagine a silence so deep it echoes, a stillness that does not simply quiet the mind, but dissolves it, revealing something ancient, something eternal. This is not a doctrine, nor a belief. It is a pathless path, a gateway hidden in plain sight. Welcome to Zen, not a religion, but a living riddle. Today on Mysteria Revealed, we unravel the esoteric roots of Zen Buddhism, trace its journey across time, and explore why this mysterious tradition insists that the ultimate truth cannot be taught, only remembered. The hidden lineage of Zen. Long before Zen was called Zen, before temples or robes or rituals, there was a man who sat beneath a tree and awoke. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, glimpsed what lies behind the veil. Not answers, but silence. Not salvation, but presence. Centuries later, this silent knowing moved east, winding its way through mountains and empires, eventually reaching China. There, it met Taoism, another elusive current of wisdom, and something rare was born, Chan, the embryonic form of what Japan would later call Zen. But the real mystery began with a shadowy figure named Bodhidharma. He was said to have crossed the Himalayas barefoot, carrying no scriptures, no teachings, only an unshakable presence. According to legend, he stared at a monastery wall for 9 years. He taught that truth is not in words or rituals, but in direct perception. He did not preach. He pointed to the mind. Not the thinking mind, but the original mind, before thought. To the uninitiated, this may sound like madness. To the seeker, it sounds like a key turning in a forgotten lock. Dogen and the Zen of everyday eternity. In 13th century Japan, a young monk named Dogen Zenji inherited this silent flame. Haunted by the question, if we are already awakened, why must we practice? Dogen traveled to China, where he received not answers, but realization. What he returned with would reshape Japan's spiritual landscape. Dogen taught that practice is enlightenment, that sitting in meditation isn't a means to awakening, it is awakening. To wash a bowl is to polish the mirror of the self. To sweep a floor is to brush away illusion. To study Zen, he said, is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. And in forgetting the self, all things are revealed. His monastery became a sanctuary of simplicity, where every act, however mundane, shimmered with sacredness. The philosophy of the unspeakable. Zen is often mistaken as minimalism, but beneath its quiet lies something radical, a complete rejection of second-hand truth. Zen cannot be explained because explanation creates distance. It is not about believing, it is about seeing. It asks not, what is real, but who is asking. Zen does not fight the ego. It invites you to notice that it was never real to begin with, and yet paradoxes dance at its core. Zen koans, enigmatic riddles, break the mind open. What is the sound of one hand clapping? Show me your original face before your parents were born. These aren't puzzles to be solved, they're spells, ritual devices meant to collapse logic so something deeper can emerge. Zazen, the alchemy of stillness. At the center of Zen is Zazen, or seated meditation, but this is no mere relaxation technique. Zazen is a ritual of remembrance. It is how the eternal sees through the mask of the temporal. You sit, not to escape, but to arrive. Back straight, eyes soft, breath flowing like wind through reeds. You do not control your thoughts. You watch them drift by like ghosts in fog. And somewhere in that space between thoughts, you meet yourself. Or rather, you meet what remains when the self dissolves. The practice may look still, but inside, something ancient stirs. Living the mystery, Zen in action. Zen is not limited to the cushion. The tea ceremony becomes a sacred rite. Brush strokes in calligraphy reflect the soul in real time. Even the way one walks through a garden becomes a form of communion. This is not about aesthetics, it is about presence. Zen takes the ordinary and reveals it as extraordinary. Not by adding, but by subtracting. By stripping away the noise until only essence remains. The final revelation now is the way. Zen's greatest secret is also its simplest. This moment is the doorway, not the next, not a special one. This one, as the old Zen proverb goes, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The outer life may appear unchanged, but the inner gaze is transformed. You are not chasing truth, you are it. You are not finding the path. You are walking it now, with every breath, every blink, every heartbeat. The mystery remains. Zen does not conclude, it opens. It asks us to stop searching and start seeing, to stop clinging and start being. So the next time you pause, breathe, and truly notice where you are, you may realize you've already arrived. Thank you for joining Mysteria Revealed. If this path speaks to you, let the silence guide you deeper. Leave a comment with your reflections, and until next time, stay curious, stay present, and stay mysterious.